When I realized that I had a bit of talent for storytelling, I approached one of the movie producers in Abuja to check out a script I cooked up. He seemed pretty interested in the story when we spoke on the phone. However, the moment he took one look at me, he turned me down. It turned out to be the crazy brother of the crazy girl that stalked me while we were in school back in the day. Anyway, that's another story. I was very annoyed because I went through so much trouble to contact this motherfucker. Later, while I was having lunch at the cafe close to where I work, one of the customers I usually attended to walked up to me. I'd refer to him as Mr. G. Mr. G is an American visiting Nigeria for the first time. He is lodged in a hotel close to where I work. He only lets me attend to him whenever he comes over to my workplace. He took a seat beside me and asked what's up, and I explained my frustration to him, so he decided to tell me a story. He started working at a very young age of 13 or 14. Apparently in America, children of that age can get an after-school job at supermarkets and grocery stores where they earn a pretty decent wage. Mr. G wasn't just any kid though, he was very hard working at such a young age, so his boss kept giving him a promotion. By the time he got to college, he was already a manager at the store he was working at. This store is a part of a chain of mega rich people who wanted to get their business everywhere, so the hierarchy is complicated. As a manager, Mr. G reports to a regional manager, who reports to another dude that reports to the CEO. The CEO happened to be a super nice guy who checks on his workers, very generous, and everyone loved him until it's time for him to retire. So he let his son-in-law take over the business as the new CEO. The new CEO hardly goes around like the previous one. He usually sends one of his underlings to do that whenever he has information to pass or documents to pass around. Mind you, this was in the 90s when computers weren't that much of a thing. One of the dude came to the store and asked to see the manager. When Mr. G showed up, he said the man couldn't hide his disgust at his appearance. A fashion trend among the men in his college back then includes long hair and earrings. I assume it's because everyone wanted to be a rock star. Mr. G wasn't an exception. The only thing is wherever he's at work, he covers his hair with the face cap and wears the work uniform, but he left the earring on. The man obviously didn't like this, as he termed Mr. G as unprofessional. According to Mr. G, he told the man that he wasn't breaking any rules since the chain never specified any dress code or kick against a particular style during that time. The man took Mr. G's words as disrespectful and began to reprimand him in front of the customers in the store. When he was done, he stormed off. The following morning, Mr. G worked and met the regional manager in his store, who handed him a sack letter, the reason being insubordination. Mr. G protested against it, but there's nothing the regional manager could do, so he advised Mr. G to take the case to a commission that basically handles this kind of unfair termination. Mr. G said before he went to this commission, he reached out to the office of the CEO to appeal his case. But his appeal landed on deaf ears, as the CEO just took the point of view of his dude that reported to him and wouldn't want to hear him out. The commission found the chain guilty for unfairly terminating Mr. G's employment, and they were charged to pay him several months of salary without work. The CEO was not happy with this and appealed the case in court after some months. The court ruled in Mr. G's favor. Years later, Mr. G completed his education and started his home appliance business with money he had saved up over the years. His dedication and hard work pushed his business to one of the best in his small town, where people actively sought him out for his expertise. One of such people was an old man who needed some appliances for his retirement home. When they finally met, it turned out to be the retired CEO of the chain he worked at, and Mr. G attended to him and his wife fondly. This made the old man happy, and he told Mr. G that he will direct his family members to come and get all their appliances from his store. Who could have guessed that the family member that showed up was the CEO that wouldn't listen to Mr. G's appeal along with the dude that got him fired? It's been several years, so they didn't recognize Mr. G. Mr. was as professional as ever. He suppressed his feelings towards them and treated them like other customers. They loved his service and asked for Mr. G's details in case they needed his services again. Mr. G handed them a card with his name and everything on it. They had a shocked expression when they saw it, and called the name out as if to confirm what they saw. Mr. G gladly acknowledged his name and let them know how dedicated he was to his job. According to Mr. G, there was a long awkward stare before they turned back to walk away. Mr. G will not pretend to know what was in the man's mind at that moment. However, he'd like to believe that the CEO learned a lesson that day. Mr. G's story was beautiful, and the message is clear. It is not about revenge as much as it is about teaching someone a lesson. I left the cafe feeling a lot more motivated that day. Now I am sure there is a lesson somewhere in the story, but that is yours to find.